Okay, let's see if this is working. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Valeria, but my friends call me Val. Nice to meet you. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, I'm actually gonna hold my microphone because I'm still like testing it out. So today I'm gonna show you guys how I went from this to this. I did tell you guys I was -1. I had no ass. I was flat as a door. Like I'm not even kidding. I remember my dad used to make fun of me because my abs was so flat. So I made my life mission to grow the fattest, juiciest ass I could. Once I realized it was possible to grow your glutes with exercise, I was like, say less, I'ma do it. This journey started 3 years ago. That was actually the main reason why I started going to the gym, to grow my glutes. So today I'm gonna share with you the exercise that I followed for a year to grow my glutes. I was doing it about 2 to 3 times a week. That's the only thing I was training. I was not training upper body at all. I just wanted to grow my glutes. So I made it a priority. So I was doing this exercise consistently for a year. And when I tell you, I was surprised with the results. It was amazing. And this is a perfect exercise if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, I really recommend that you stick. And usually it is recommended that if you want to grow a certain part of your body, you should stick to an exercise for about between 6 to 8 weeks. You should like prioritize. Oh my god, I cannot say that word. You should include progressive overload in your workouts. That's what I did. Progressive overload basically means to increase the intensity of your workouts. How can you increase the intensity of your workouts? You can increase your repetitions, you can increase your sets, you can increase your weight, you can add resistant bands. There's different types of ways to increase the intensity of your exercises. So what I did is that I was increasing the weight each set after like a month. Well, first I stick to an exercise. I was prioritizing, and you should prioritize always your form. Your form should be the most important thing. You're a beginner, so don't worry about lifting the heaviest weight because you're just gonna injure yourself. So perfect your form, work on that mind-muscle connection. I think the most important things that you should prioritize as a beginner is your form, your mind and muscle connection. Those two things I think you should prioritize if you're a beginner. So I stick with 4 exercises for my glute workouts, and they were compound exercise. If you're a beginner, I also recommend that you start with compound exercise. Compound exercises are exercises that work multiple parts of your body at the same time. So the first exercise that I was doing were hip thrusts. If I had to choose only one exercise that I had to do to grow my glutes, it would be hip thrusts. Hip thrust is your best friend here. Actually, when I started, since I didn't have no ass, I had no muscle in there, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the exercise. So what I did is that before the exercise, I had to start with activation exercises. So the first 10 minutes before my workout, I was doing activation exercises for my glutes, and after that I will go ahead and perform the actual workout. I didn't include this in this video, but if you like to see my activation exercises, just comment in this video activation exercises and I will gladly do it for you. So after I finish my activation exercise, I will move on to hip thrust. I will do 4 sets, each one of 15 reps at first, and I didn't increase the weight. I stick with the same weight for 4 sets with 15 repetitions each set, and that applies to all 4 exercises that I did. I stick with the same weight, I stick with the same sets, and I stick with the same repetition for at least 1 or 2 months until I felt that I was really feeling my muscle, that I was working my muscle. Then I will move on and increase the weights, but not until my form was good and I felt the muscle working. After that, I will move on to squats. Yes, squats. I actually when I was doing these squats, I was struggling because it's been a while since I squatted. I think it's been like a year since I squatted. Like I need to get back to squat because I really like it, but I don't know why I stopped. Anyway, so I move on to squats. The same thing, 4 sets. Actually, if you're starting out, if you've never done squats before, try doing them with just your body. Just practice the movement, or even with just the bar, practice the movement. If you can see in the video, my stance, it's wide, and I tend to point my feet outwards because I have a problem with my range of movement, so I cannot squat with my feet just pointing straight and just shoulder width apart because of my limited mobility in my ankles. Mind you, everybody has a different position for squatting, so it just depends on you how you feel squatting. I can also make a video to help you with your squat form if you like. Just put it in the comments. So yeah, I perform 4 sets, 50 repetitions, the same weight for the first 1 to 2 months. Then I will move on and perform RDLs. Also, I really recommend you start by practicing the movement, just body weight, no bar. Or well, if you want, you can do the bar, but just not weight. Until you have the proper movement, then you can move on and add weight. Key with RDLs is to think that you're pushing something back with your hips, and think of going back and forward instead of up and down, if that makes sense. You can also try putting a resistant band around your knees so that you're constantly pushing your knees outwards, because sometimes they tend to cave in and you don't want to do that. You can also do the same with the squats and the hip thrusts. I actually always do my hip thrusts with a band around my knees. Adds resistance, like I said before, and it reminds me to push my knees outward. After I was done with the squats, I will move on to Bulgarian split squats. They are a living hell, but they work so good. Like, you're gonna see so much growth with with all of these exercises, but especially Bulgarian split squats is gonna help push your butt up. For this ones, I actually recommend to start with body weight, and since if you're doing body weights, you can even increase the repetition. For example, you can do 4 sets with 20 reps body weight. Like, work on the movement, work on feeling your muscle. Don't rush the movement. Like, set the bottom position, sit in there, feel the muscle contract, and then come up. Once you have mastered that, then you can go ahead and add weights. There's no rushing here. And that was it. Those were the 4 exercises I was performing for a year that helped me tremendously to grow my glutes. Like I said, first, work on your form, work on your mind muscle connection. That's the most important thing. Once you have mastered that, you can go ahead and add weights, your reps, your sets. I didn't increase my weight until a month or 2 that I felt like I had my form on check and my mind muscle connection was so much better. So what you have to keep in mind is that if the weight is higher, then the repetitions are lower. If the weight is lower, then your repetitions should be higher. So yeah, that was the exercise that I was performing for a year. Give this a try. Let me know what you think. This is perfect for beginners. This is perfect if you're just starting out at the gym. You got this. And remember that it takes time. Like, you're not gonna see results in the first day, in the first week, even the first month. It's gonna take a while for you to see results. But I promise you that if you're consistent with it, if you keep showing up, working hard, you're gonna see results. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Give it a like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you soon. Bye.